Good morning everyone and welcome back to Jaipur, otherwise known as the Pink City. On today's video we are doing a city tour of Jaipur. We're going to be seeing so many of the main sites here, such as the Hawa Mahal, as you can see behind me. So many of the main sites in the city, and I'm so excited to bring the camera around and show you. Like I mentioned, we are now here at the Hawa Mahal. This is stop number 1, and this palace was dedicated to Lord Krishna, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's made of sandstone, as you can see. It's gorgeous. The architecture is absolutely incredible. So yeah, such a great stop for number 1. I'm not too sure what the whole itinerary is. It's going to be a bit of a surprise throughout the day, but very excited. Yeah, coming. Okay, so stop number 2 is Amber Fort, arguably the most famous attraction here in Jaipur. Now it's actually located somewhere called Amber, which is 11 kilometers outside of Jaipur, so it's a short drive to get here, but it is, yeah, by far the most famous tourist attraction. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very high up, so it's going to be a bit of a walk to get up to, but I'm very excited. We've just made a quick pit stop to this stepwell. Do we know any more information about it other than look, it looks amazing? This is the most intricately designed, uniquely designed stepwell I think we've seen. We've seen 3 during our time in India, 1 in Jaisalmer, 1 in Delhi, and now 1 in Jaipur. Looks amazing. So we're now here at Amber Fort. We've been basically driven more or less, yeah, over halfway up. We've just got a little bit of walking to go. Last time I was here back in 2018, we actually walked the whole way up, and it was a very hot sunny day, so I remember it being a bit of a struggle, but it was a very fun, interesting walk because you can just see so much as you sort of gradually get up and get higher. So yeah, we're almost at the top, but the view is just incredible. One thing that I need to mention that is honestly just beyond upsetting is the elephant rides up to the top of Amber Fort are so common here. You can actually see it take place behind me. It just breaks my heart. It's absolutely devastating. They're treated so poorly. I've read up on it. I saw it when I was here in 2018, and the fact that there are Western tourists as well who are on the elephants, it just makes me so sad. So if you come to Amber Fort, make sure you look out for it because it's very common and it's just so sad. So the fort itself has been built out of pink sandstone and marble to get the beautiful look that it has. It's truly stunning. Now when I came here in 2018, the weather was much better. It was very sunny, very warm, so it definitely looks a little bit different in this weather today, very cloudy, but nonetheless extremely beautiful. And it's been so nice to reminisce, you know, on my time here, especially here at Amber Fort. You know, I was just showing my tour guide a video of when I came last time. There was a group of people singing and dancing and playing music. So also as well reminiscing on photos that I took here, and I'm hoping to try and recreate those. So yeah, so far absolutely loving it. There is so much to explore here in the fort, so yeah, not too sure how long we'll be exploring for, but yeah, absolutely loving it. About to get my photo taken just here. Got my tour guide, lovely tour guide waiting here to take a photo of me. Here we go. Right. Photo time. This here is the white marble. Look at the designs. Absolutely beautiful. Honestly, incredible. The architecture, the style. Just up there, yeah. Yeah, amazing. So alongside the fort itself, there is also an extensive garden area that's maintained daily. It's a huge part of the identity of the fort, and it really adds another layer to the beauty of the fort complex. So yeah, absolutely loving walking around. Our tour guide has been fantastic. We're doing a tour today with Get Your Guide, so I'll leave a link in the description if you'd like to check this tour out when you come to Jaipur. So you take a photo in the frame here, and that's the image you get. It's really cool. Didn't do this last time, didn't even know this was a thing. He was trying to explain it to us. I thought we were going to be standing just there, and we could do that. So we're now in the living quarters. The Maharaja had 12 wives and each wife had their own personal living quarter, which is quite remarkable. And now we're walking all the way up to the top to get a really cool view. I must say this fort is like a bit of a maze. Unless you've got a tour guide, it's quite challenging to navigate yourself. But yeah, up the ramp we go to hopefully a beautiful view across Jaipur. Watch my head here. Wow. You could literally get lost so easily here. Wow. Is this the living quarters still as well? This is more of the living quarters for the 12 wives. Is it of the Maharaja? Was it the Maharaja? Yeah, 12 wives. Goodness me. The views across are actually incredible. It looks like rural China with the, the Great Wall of China and everything. Because that's what it looked like. The Great Wall of China it was just right, deep into the countryside as well. And that's what the surroundings here look like, which is just crazy. I've been saying this before, especially in the videos. The amount of places we visited that look similar to other places we visited around the world. I know that sounds obvious, but yes. It's so interesting. It's a bit hazardous, this walk. You can bang your head, trip over a step. Kind of eerie walking through these bits when it's a bit dark.
Isn't it?
Imagine when you reach the light and it's like, oh. Okay, so we're now leaving Amber Fort. As you leave, there are a few souvenir shops and a cafe as well if you'd like to grab a cold drink. But yeah, I'm not too sure where our next stop is. I think it's a little bit too early for lunch. I think we've got one more stop before we go and grab some lunch. But just a top tip in terms of how long to spend at Amber Fort, I'd recommend about an hour and a half. There's so much to explore and it's a bit of a maze. So yeah, an hour and a half is a good amount of time. Thank you. Alright, in we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're now at Jal Mahal, which means water palace, and it is basically in the middle of a lake. It was constructed in 1699, but it then had some more renovations a couple of centuries after, so it's absolutely incredible. I've seen nothing like it before, a palace in the middle of a lake. So the lake here is called the Mansagar Lake, and it's located about 5 minutes from Amber Fort, and it's probably a further 10 to 15 minutes until you get back into the city centre of Jaipur. So it's a great stop-off point to come and take some photos. It's not actually accessible, you can't go and check out the palace itself, it's private property, no one actually lives there anymore, but it's owned by someone private. So yeah, nonetheless, very, very cool. Like I said, a perfect photo stop. It's so peaceful, the lake is so still, doesn't flow too quickly, so yeah, makes for a fantastic photo stop. This is our lunch. Wow. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Wow. It costs 700 rupees for foreigners for what they call a composite ticket, which basically gets you access to the palace and the surrounding areas as well.
Up to 1959, it was a royal right.
So I've just been into the palace itself. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film or take any photos, but it was absolutely beautiful, as you can imagine a royal palace would look like. Yeah, basically had loads of photos about the history of the Maharajas and all the information about their family history and the royal family. So I would highly recommend, if you do come to Jaipur, definitely come and check out the royal palace. It is so cool. 700 rupees to get in and to explore the surrounding areas as well as the palace. So it's not the cheapest thing to do here in Jaipur, but it's definitely one that I think you should put on your list. So our tour guide just explained that there are 4 gates here at the Royal Palace, 4 gates for the 4 different seasons. And the architecture, the Mughal architecture, is just incredible. It forms such an important part of the identity of Jaipur. And, you know, the architecture that we've seen, the different buildings we've seen, not just in Jaipur but across India, have just been absolutely incredible. buildings and architecture that I've not seen anywhere else in the world, which is what makes, you know, India such an incredible place to visit. So yeah, just, you know, incredible to be here to experience it. And also having a tour guide is so important, I think. Coming here and not knowing too much about it, you can't really then take in the experience as much. When you've got a tour guide who can sort of share, you know, information, the history, the culture, you know, the religious elements as well of these different buildings and the, you know, the different sort of parts of the cities that we're visiting. It's just so important to sort of be so aware of it. It just makes the experience so much better. Okay, so the final stop on our tour is the Jantar Mantar. It's open from 9 till 5:30 p.m. and we actually visited the other Jantar Mantar in Delhi, but he said that there are 5 different Jantar Mantars across India. Now if you're wondering what Janta Mantar actually means, essentially it's a series of like kind of structures, buildings that basically help you with like weather recordings, and it's all about sundials and things like that. I'll basically share much more information once our tour guide explains. I find it a little bit complicated even in Delhi. It's one of the main tourist sites here in Jaipur, like I mentioned, 9 till 6:30 p.m. For a foreigner tourist, it is 200 rupees just to visit the Jantar Mantar, but a little bit more if you want to visit some of the surroundings as well. Okay, so first impressions, this Jantar Mantar is definitely a lot bigger than the one in Delhi. Oh yeah, oh wow, something on the floor. Yeah, it's absolutely huge. There are so many different, what would you just say they are? Buildings? Like, oh wow, goodness, yeah. The Wind Palace just over there. Goodness, the views are incredible.
And here 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? And this is, you know, the 12 to 1. This is the 1 hour. And 1 hour. So, 11, 12. So 1 hour. 1 hour then divided 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 4 quarters, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
15 minutes, I can divide 3. 1, 2, 3, 5 minutes.
So basically these weather and time instruments are on like a huge scale. I know you get those sort of small ones that can help sort of detect time and weather and things like that. I'm pretty sure we did those at school, but this is on a much bigger level. It's crazy. I have to admit, I don't understand all of this fully, but even take a look at this. Amazing.
Jai is the name of the king. Prakash, it means the light, so based on the light. All the instruments made by kings.
Now this series of instruments is linked to star signs. We've got Aries, Taurus. I want to try and find Sagittarius. There's Cancer, Virgo. I am Sagittarius, Libra, Leo. It's probably over here, with it being towards the end of the year. Sagittarius, here we go. There we are. Okay, so we're actually doing one final thing, or one final stop on the tour. It's not actually included, but we've asked if our tour guide can take us to somewhere where they give Indian head massages. It's been something that's been on my India bucket list for such a long time. So very excited, not too sure how much it costs, but it doesn't matter. It's on the bucket list. I want to try it out and see how it is. Okay, Indian head massage time. It might just be me or might be my dad who's going to do it as well, but I'm interested. Okay, so I'm now back at the hotel after having my first Indian head massage. As you can see, my hair is, well, I put it up in a bun because it basically, she put loads of oil in it and it looks kind of gross, but the actual massage itself was amazing, so I'm really glad I did it. But I'm now back at the hotel, so I'm going to finish the video there. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to smash a thumbs up, comment down below and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in Mumbai, which is our final destination here in India.